Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Noble. I've worked with multiple institutions, and I just wanted to show you some of the things in my portfolio. One of these things I've built for a college, so I just wanted to run you through that really. So here, I'm going to share my screen with you really quick. Here you'll see I've got Teams brought up. Here we'll go to Teams. I'll show you this. So when I first started with my organization, we had an issue. And I identified it early on because we were trying to work on training. We're trying to create these things that would keep momentum going forward, even if we had turnover in our organization or in our department. So one of the things I noticed is that we didn't have a repository. When you start to develop people, when they move up in the organization or when they move out to other new opportunities. Well, one of the things that I saw in my organization is that we had someone who had 20 years of experience. Now, this person was going to train me. And so I thought, what a great opportunity to build a repository for anyone that came after me. So I took to Teams. We didn't really have a presence here on Teams, but I created this, the MSJC instructional design. And so if we click on this, all of these different things here, these are all what you call a channel, right? I can add a new one here, but these are all channels within this team that I worked on. So I started really small. I wanted us to be able to place things here for us to start conversations. Here you see a general conversation going on in the room, but it kind of gives you a flavor of all the people that worked on the team. And the reason I wanted to create this is because the power of Teams is that when you create a place to not only put everything, a repository, there's great power in building in the conversation and the files, right? So there are a couple of things that happen there. Number one, if I have a new person on the team and they come on, I don't have to tell them everything that's transpired. As long as the communication is here, unlike in email, I can send them back through, all the annals of time, everything that transpired on this channel, they're going to be able to access. They're going to see what are the things we were talking about, what were the problems we discussed, what were the obstacles that we faced. And then they're going to be able to see the different versions of the files that we changed together. So that's the great power of Teams, is that it uses SharePoint. And it locks things away to SharePoint, right? It sets it over there. As long as you don't go to SharePoint and change the names and break the links, you've got this dynamic living repository that builds in all the conversation around it. So one of the things that we faced is, like, let's say one of us left, right? Like I eventually left this institution. One of the things that we faced were, well, how do we keep everything moving forward for everyone else? So one of the things that I liked is the academy. So the first thing I did was I built this. I introduced everyone on the team. I said, hey, here's our page. And then I started to enter some files. Well, what the team did is they went through and they built out for every academy that we hosted, it's like an online conference, what we were going to do for that year. So if I go in here, I can see all the topics, and then we would take notes here using Teams. So we're in the middle of the pandemic doing this. And, I had Nikki Love working with me. I had Camille Perry, and then myself, and then I worked with faculty. Well, whenever we met with them, we would take notes in here, and then it's all preserved. Now, why is that helpful? Well, it helps someone see strategically how we approach different faculty who worked with us, what they wanted to work on, how we changed different things and how we approached the material, but it also shows what we didn't take care of. So here we had several different topics that we went through. And if I go down far enough, you'll see that there are some things that we didn't use. So see where it's not built out? Here, 5 is very short. Here, 6 is very short. So these are things that we could potentially use for the next academy or the next year, right? That's the power of using Teams as a repository. So that was really it. We used all these things. I built this out, and then the team just went to town, built all of these things out. We built in forms, we built in professional development, and then we also looked at like SharePoint instructional design. So let's talk about SharePoint. SharePoint's a really strong tool. Again, Teams is integrated into it, but if you're using SharePoint, it's a different type of tool, right? It's its own type of repository. One of the things I was tasked with was creating a video page because our faculty, we had a lot of faculty who weren't online. When the pandemic hit, all the faculty had to come online if they were going to teach. So what does that do? Well, it takes you from early adopters who are taking your program and they're like, yes, I need all the up-to-date tools. I need all the shiniest, brightest things in my class. And now it pulls everyone, even the late adopters, into your pool of who needs resources. So for this resource, what I did was I created a step system that's kind of gamifying it. I wanted to give them, start here, then make improvements, then become a pro. And you'll see those right here. These are just some graphics I built using Photoshop. So I created these levels. Here's level 1, here's level 2, and here's level 3. And if you go through these and you click through, it walks you through how to build up your online presence using video. Now, there are a lot of different ways to go through training, right? We all know that. One of the things that we discussed as a team and that I changed on this page when I built it for my department is that I had all these extra things that we were going to need, right? What if someone's just looking for one piece? They just need one thing and they don't remember, gosh, was that in level 1, level 2, or level 3? There's a video toolbox here. And my boss gave me that idea. She goes, what about a toolbox? Throw all the rest of the stuff in there and then they can go hunt through it. So here we've got the levels. Here's the toolbox. And that's it for the page, right? We just wanted to keep it simple, keep it streamlined, and get everyone in and out. So let's look at the video toolbox really quick. Here, it's separated by a couple different things: technical help, and then what are you trying to accomplish? So the faculty can come in here and they can say, okay, I knew it had something to do with recording or editing or getting my video into the classroom. But if they've been told, like they've had feedback from someone else, you need to make your class more engaging, or you need to provide better feedback, or your students are having a tough time and you're just like, how do I help them pass this? We separated those different areas and topics based on what the needs of the faculty would be. All right, so let's go back to the video homepage, and that is that. All right, so I've given you a couple different things that I've built for this organization. They really helped us streamline, they helped our team come together, and they helped me be able to leave something behind that would build momentum for my organization. I hope this has been a helpful look at some of the things I've built and a little piece of my portfolio for you to view. Take good care.